Okay, let's go over homework 2.8, number 9. Alright, so there's a 25-foot ladder is placed against the house. Alright, then you're pulling the base of the ladder away from the house. Alright, so first I'm going to name the changing quantity with some simple variables. So let's say the distance between the base of the house and the base of the ladder, I'm going to call this guy x. Right? Then the distance between the top of the ladder and the bottom of the house or the ground, I'm going to call y. Alright, then let's try to see if we can identify the given values. Right, so the base of the ladder is pulled away from the house at a rate of 2 feet per second, which means that this is a rate of change of x, because the distance between the base of the ladder and the base of the house is x, so that's changing at the rate of 2 feet per second. So one of the given value is dx over dt. Alright, so that's given to be 2. Alright, and then also when base is 7 feet away from the house, so that's the x value. So also the x value is given, so that's 7. Alright, then we can actually find the y value using the Pythagorean theorem. So maybe if you look at the a triangle, and this is actually a right triangle, so the base is going to be x, the height is going to be y, then you have a ladder here, so which is 25 feet, right? So in this case, x is 7, so x is 7 here. Then we try to find y, but the y can be found by using the Pythagorean theorem, since x squared plus y squared is going to be 25 squared. We can find y, so y is simply, y is going to be equal to, so it's going to be 25 squared minus 7 squared, then take the square root. Alright, I'm going to cheat a little bit, so pull out the calculator. Alright, then I'm going to compute, let's see, I'm going to compute 25 squared minus 7 squared, get the value, then take the square root. So it came out to be 24, right? So this is 24. Alright, so these are the given quantity, right? Then what we are looking for is how fast the top of the ladder is coming down. So we are talking about the rate of change of y with respect to t. So we are basically looking for dy over dt is equal to, so this is the question mark. Alright, so the equation you can come up with is we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So using the Pythagorean theorem, we have this equation, x squared plus y squared is equal to 25 squared. Alright, so we have an equation, then you have a bunch of given values, and we are looking for dy over dt. Alright, let's do that. So first we take the derivative, so we take the derivative of both sides with respect to t. So you have x squared plus y squared is equal to d over dt. Right hand side is 25 squared, right? But this will give you, if you take the derivative of 2x squared, you're going to get 2x times dx over dt. Alright, and if you take the derivative of y, you get 2y dy over dt. Right? Then right hand side is going to be derivative of constant is always 0. So you have a 0 on the right hand side. Alright, first thing we can do is we can just divide through by 2 because everyone seems to have 2. So I cancel out the 2 and I cancel out the 2 and divide 0 by 2, it's still 0. Alright, then we can go ahead and plug in the known values. So in this case 2. Oh, actually, maybe I'm going to solve for dy over dt. So this is what we are looking for. Right, so let's do that. So to isolate that, first thing I would do is subtract x times dx over dt. Right, so that's going to be y times dy over dt is going to be equal to negative x dx over dt. Alright, then after that you just have to divide it through by y. Alright, then we can isolate dy over dt is equal to negative x over y. Then you have dx over dt. Alright, then we can plug in what's given. So we can see that it's going to be negative x value is 7 over y value is 24, we found out. Right, then x value dx over dt is 2, so you have 2 here. Alright, so if you simplify that, 2 and 24 cancel out, so you have 12. So it's going to be negative 7 over 12. Alright, so the answer is, it's asking for how fast is the top of the ladder moving down. So in this case, it's moving down. So the negative sign indicates that it's moving down. Then at the rate of 7 over 12 feet per second. So therefore, answer is 7 over 12 feet per second. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.